you want to stand out by arousing from all different fronts. That's the first thing. Okay. Now, arousal doesn't just mean doesn't just mean sexually. Arousing means verbally arousing, mentally and physically. Arousal is a form of pain because it seeks relief. You see, so physical arousal, mental arousal, psychological arousal is more of a desire, creating a desire through your words, verbally, physically, and through your actions. All right. So also about standing out, realize the setting. Okay, because setting is important. All right, just like any animal, and a predator in the sea cannot be a predator on the land. It's powerful, but only powerful under the right settings. You see, so you got to realize where you are. Like if you're in a club setting, it's more superficial. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't meet those standards, then it's gonna be a little bit harder to thrive there, and that's not being smart because you're putting yourself in a situation where you're already losing. The first one is say the opposite. I like this one. All right, say the opposite. For example, this is like one of the easiest ways to stand out from people because most people, when they talk to someone, they're in their social roles. For example, hi, how are you? What do most people say? Good. You see, people expect for you to say good. There's certain answers that people expect, right? So saying the opposite is breaking the mold. For example, how are you? Doing horrible. Nah, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Like doing the opposite. For example, how was your day? Catastrophic. Like it's because it's unexpected. You see, it's the you wouldn't expect you. I wouldn't expect you saying that, and that kind of stands out. Okay. The other one is being polarizing. Being polarizing is about having conflicting personality traits. You could be quiet and passive, but at the same time aggressive and determined when it comes to certain things. You see, you don't just play the nice girl. You express your full range of emotion by not only providing comfort and love, but playing pain and pleasure. So what I mean by that is getting in touch with the sides of you that you suppress because of society. Getting in touch with the sides of you that you sort of try to minimize in order to keep up the impressions. You see, because we suppress it. Now the problem is that the suppression doesn't come because you're trying to be polite. The suppression comes out of fear of judgment and shame. It's the trance of unworthiness, like like the book Radical Acceptance talks about. So when you become in touch, which is in this case, observing the sides of you that you try to suppress, those negative sides, the negative traits that you don't want people to find out. When you begin to accept it, but not by suppressing it, by trying not to be that, but by observing it and having compassion for this personality trait that you don't want to have, you're going to begin to accept it. And so what's going to happen is that it liberates you. You see, those are toxic energy that causes you to become part of the whole, because everyone's like that. You see, so by simply uninhibiting yourself, and which in this case is observing those sides of you that you try to suppress, that you try to hide, that you're ashamed of, it'll express itself in your personality by liberating yourself, by being more expressive, by being more charismatic. You see, because everyone is naturally more charismatic. It's just most people have been inhibited because of the society that they live in, oppressed, particularly women. So that's how you do it. Okay, so that means if you're nerdy and all that sort of stuff, you got to put it out there, right? Because if you hide it, then it's going to be expressed, but from a place of shame. You see, but whatever you embrace, it doesn't matter. But as long as you embrace it, people can accept it. This is how things are. People are just going to accept it. But you got to be the first one to embrace it, because if you don't embrace it, what tends to happen is that people who are used to judging people, you're going to feel that judgment. You see, so as a result, you're going to judge yourself. And then you're going to, once again, compartmentalize yourself. And that's where the self-loathing and the judgment and the shame arises from. You see, and that usually starts with you not embracing those parts of you that you deemed as uncool or lame per se. Right? Yeah, have facial expressions after things that they say. For example, facial feedback. For example, like if the guy says, "Yeah, man, like I'm in college right now, studying to be a doctor," rather than looking at him like, once in a while, just like give him like that. I don't believe he feels like let him keep talking, right? But just be like, right? As you're listening, it'll trip him up mentally. It's like, what the fuck? I'm not lying, right? And because it's a non-verbal reaction, again, it doesn't require a lot of effort, but it gets a lot of reactions. You see, when people are reacting to the little things that you do, you have them. So that's a good thing. It's very easy. Slight interruptions. Slight interruptions. For example, like when someone's talking, right? And he may be like, yeah, I have a nice car, I have a 3.5 GPA in college. As you're listening, you're like, oh, you're special. Like, oh, you're special. It's just slight interruptions, and again, it has to be playful. Like you're not just being a fucking dickhead. Like the intentions behind your actions is what really matters. So as they're talking about something that you're proud of, slightly interrupting, like saying, oh, you're special, stop showing off, right? Just kidding around. It makes them like, oh man, I'm not kidding. I'm just, just talking, right? And you're like, no, I'm just kidding with you. I'm just fucking with you. Like it gives you that playful vibe, and it's a good thing to do. Okay, so another one is act like he let you down. Okay, so act like you're amazed by him and how awesome he is, right? And then ask him a question that you know he won't be able to live up to. That's kind of like what I said earlier. Like saying, oh wow, you're so awesome and beautiful. Oh wait, do you watch basketball? You see, like putting him in a position that you know he cannot win. You see, and because of the feeling that you get of, wow, I didn't meet that standard, it makes people want to regain that validation and regain the rapport. You see, it's one of those things that you don't understand until you try it. You see. And it's kind of sad how easy we are as humans to be manipulated, because this works on me too. So it's not like I'm immune to this. Another one is mix up the way you speak. This one's good. This was actually very useful and very simple. So there are 3 ways to speak: challenging, commanding, and value. Okay. So challenging is talking like, for example, it's kind of like saying, let me see, like kind of like questioning someone's intentions, kind of like saying, where you from? Like saying, like, where you from? Like, are you really from there? Are you sure about that? Like, you're challenging them, like, are you sure about that? Where you from? Like, that's a challenging tone. A command tone is, where you from? Like, where you from? That's a command tone. Where you from? Like, you're telling them to tell you where you're from. And a value, like playful tone is, so where you from? Like that's, so where you from? All right. So then you mix those 3 up. So you could be like, you could add the challenging tone and the commanding tone and the playful tone all in one sentence. For example, like saying, so where you from? So like for example, I say, so where you from? Oh, I'm from California. Oh, okay, for real. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's what's up, though. I like California. For real, yeah. California's dope. California's dope. So what are you doing around here? No, I'm just here just hanging out with my friends. Oh, for real. So this is what you gotta do. Go to the supermarket downtown. It's fucking amazing. For real, yeah, it's amazing. You ever been there? Get out of here. You ever been there? Nah, man. For real, nah. Like you're sort of like, how can I say this? You're speaking commanding, right? Then you're speaking playfully, right? And then you're speaking like you're challenging them, like saying, "Are you really from there?" And then you're saying, "Tell me this." And then you're saying, "Oh, you're awesome. So what's up, dude?" Like you're adding value, you're fucking with them, and you're telling them what to do. You see? And so when you mix those 3 tones up in the interaction, it kind of like gives you different. It gives you a different it gives your personality a different perspective, like a different, more range, because most people speak in one tone. Hey, how are you? Awesome to see you. Like one tone. You see what I'm saying? You mix up the 3. Hey, it's so awesome to see you. What you do today? Oh, for real? I don't believe you. For real? Like like you don't just have like one nice person. Like you just have different ways of speaking. This is a lot of information. So what you have to do then is to pick one and actually focus on one and practice it and get social feedback on one tactic, you see, and then move on to the next. Because what people tend to happen is that they become informational junkies, where they only consume information and they don't apply. All right, so this is how you do it. Anyways, this is it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 8, 19, and one is 14, 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one would teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you can read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so most likely I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you can pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.